Absolutely brilliant show tonight. I think it's safe to say that the headlining show was incredible. Obviously, we could say lots of millions of good things about Giorgio Fisioli, but I do want to talk about Joe Howard. Did his performance tonight catch the eye of Matchroom, do you think?
Yeah, for sure. And I said that to him and to Dave Allen as well. When you put in performances like that, you keep coming, especially in that 9th round where he was definitely hurt and he kept coming forward, kept throwing punches. He's going to be in a position to keep getting fights, because if you deliver things like that, the truth is you're going to win, you're going to lose, but people are going to want to watch you when you're in fights like that.
And I think that was an acid test. People were saying, will it be, won't it be? But it feels like that really was a challenge for Giorgio.
100%. Look, and Giorgio, that was his first 10-round fight tonight, first title fight for him as well. But he's going to go all the way to the top of the sport. And if he's going to get to the levels we believe he can get to, then he needs to have those types of fights that test him and take him through the rounds.
What do you think he's going to do next for Giorgio?
Whatever he wants to do next. I think he's going to take this, a bit of time off over Christmas. Back in March time, we got a show in London looking like early March. Plan will be to get him back out there if he's ready. It was obviously 10 rounds tonight. It took some shots, and he'll be looking at it and want to improve and work from there. But he's in a great place. He's going to be in big fights.
Agreed. And just one more from me. Tia Ayton, Star Girl, absolutely incredible performance from her tonight. I mean, where do we go from here with her? I say we, like I'm in charge, or I've got any say at all.
She can be fighting for world titles, early part of next year for sure. She's at that stage, and she's, because otherwise she's going to be in with people who don't test her. That was a test tonight against an opponent that came to test her. She caught her with some shots as well, and I think that brought out the fire from Tia as well. But a great finish from her, and she's going to move very quickly. You do as well in female boxing because of the levels and the number of fighters in the divisions. You have to move quicker, but she's putting herself in a position to move into those title fights very soon.
Yeah, well, it was a brilliant night. Well done, friend.
Thank you. I didn't do anything.
I mean, you sort of played. You made a plan, maybe.
Plan.
It was an incredible night of boxing. Obviously, a Wednesday night, great turnout. But there was a professional debut for Conor Mitchell. How good was he? Can't ask for much better, can he?
Unbelievable. What a start for him. And he went in there and he delivered. And, people want to see those kind of performances where fighters turn up and they get the crowd going. That's exactly what Conor Mitchell did. So I'm excited about what the future holds for him. He's got the pressure of his dad and what his dad did in the sport, but he can go a long way in this sport. He only just started, but I'm excited about the future.
John Hedges as well and Ellis Soro. That was a great headline fight. Obviously, John holding on to his title as well. Very close fight as well. Quite tentative from both guys.
Yeah, I thought John probably did more, obviously to get the decision, but he did more at points. It wasn't the most intriguing fight at all times, you got to be honest, but it was a good win for him. And, he's had time out the ring for John as well, obviously been through tough times as well from a training situation with Ricky, was very close with Ricky as well. So it was good to get him back out, get a win under his belt even after that time out of the ring, and we'll see where we go in 2026.
Adam Macker as well, another incredible knockout from him. What do you think's next for Adam?
We were laughing because Sam was telling him to jab and just win on points, and I was saying, no, do what you do. And that's exactly what he did, I think, in the second round. It's an entertainment business, and Adam gets that. And that's what he wants to do, And look, he's going to step up in the levels. I think he was disappointed in his fight previously at York Court. But, he brings entertainment, and that's what we want to see. And he's going to continue to do that. You've got to take him slow. He's still young. Like a lot of the fighters we represent, they're young and you need to be built in the right manner. But it was a good performance and a good win for him.
And finally, you're off to Accra probably tomorrow. Another great card. You've got Leo Atang, Craig Richards as well. How excited are you for their first fight in Africa?
I can't wait. Leo Atang was sending videos earlier of him going around. And look, Leo's 19 years old. He's going around Accra. He's like, this is sensational, Obviously, Craig Richards, Dan Aziz is a tremendous headline fight there as well. We're going to have 19,000, 20,000 people there at the stadium come Saturday night. It's going to be some crazy atmosphere. So I suggest if you're around, pop down. And if you're not, get a flight out there.
You pay?
No, I haven't got any money left. It's the end of the year.
Thanks, Frank.
Thank you.
Yeah, Frank Smith, obviously, congratulations on yet another successful show. You spoke about Giorgio Fisioli for being, one of, many, world title wins and being a future star. How important has his performance been tonight in sort of building on that? And how important is it to build a fighter of that talent?
100% is it, but also it's about entertainment. It goes back to the same point, and that was an entertaining performance where he kept on coming forward. Even in the 10th round, where he was very clearly up on the scorecards, he didn't stop coming forward. He didn't stop going for it. While Joe Haworth was looking for those big shots. So that's what it's all about. To build to the levels we believe he can get to, you need those kind of fights, and you need performances that people are intrigued by, and that's what it was.
And obviously, you've seen some other great performances as well. Tia as well, she put on a good performance, and Layla as well. 11-0 middleweight as well. How important is it for him to sort of build his sort of profile as well? Him being middleweight as well. He's sort of spoken to me that his aspirations to get a title. What's his sort of future plans for him?
Yeah, keep them all active. Like I say, these young fighters. I think Laylee's 20 years old. But because he's been around so long, like you look at all of the young fighters we've got, it's about activity, about building them in the right way, the right tests at the right time. Laylee's last fight, he had the Maltese Derby in his fight previously as well. These are the fights that they got. If they're going to progress to the levels we believe they can get to, they're the kind of fights they need. But another good win from Laylee, a great card. He's very exciting, and a great 10 fights top to bottom.
And obviously, I want to ask a few more questions as well. In terms of building,
Did you say obviously I'm going to ask a few more questions as well? It's like you were going to say something, yeah.
A few more questions for me, really. I love the humour, by the way.
Someone's got to have it,
You can make a great stand-up. I tell you,
I can't. I can respond to things. I can't do humor.
Oh, you can't be like Eddie though. To be fair, I would watch you happily at the Hammersmith Apollo.
Well, buy tickets. We'll see how many we sell. Do you want to promote it?
I would love to.
We'll get you on board.
But obviously, a few more questions for me, really. In terms of shows like this, how important is having shows like this in terms of building the next generation of stars? Obviously, you speak a lot about your core and how much that's done for young fighters like Anthony Joshua. But Indigo, like this, would you expect more shows like this to build up fighters in the near future?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. These are the kind of shows we want to do more of. It's a big investment for us to put on these nights, but that's what we want to do to get the fighters to that next level. And so they're prepared. When Visioli then steps up to those bigger cards, he's prepared. He's headlined. He's been in big fights. He's had the profile building and the fights that he needed to. So for sure, that's our job. That's our job, to keep delivering these kind of shows for all the young fighters. As I say, we've got another 10 fighters out tonight. We've got show on Friday, show on Saturday, show next Saturday. It never stops. It's but yeah, that's what we've got to do.
And one last question from me, really. I won't keep everybody too long. In Africa, you've got a show in Africa, in Ghana. You've obviously got another show in that same weekend in Nigeria as well. Obviously, you're starting to see, African boxing coming to prominence as well. And as someone who's of a Congolese descent as well, you've got Martin Bakone in the heavyweight division as well. Is there what is the one country in Africa that you guys would love to sort of promote in, whether it be Ghana or Nigeria, or that you would love to promote that you haven't promoted yet?
Saturday night in Ghana. I can't say anywhere else either. I get in trouble, no. No, but it's going to be. I saw the night they had at their first few shows at the Bookham Boxing Arena. This is going to be 20,000 people in there on Saturday. So for us, that's what we want to do. We want to create nights that people will remember forever. And that's why originally we went there talking about AJ in the big stadium, in the Accra Sports Stadium. For us, that's our job, is to deliver nights that go down in history. So definitely Ghana, and then beyond that, anywhere as possible. We've had discussions in Nigeria as well. As you say, they've got a show on Sunday. So in 2026, that could be possible for us too. But yeah, there's no limit to where we're going to go to. My aim by the time I stop is to go to every country we can in the world. You
should go to Congo, people treat you well. People treat you well. Trust me, go Congo, go Congo, Kinshasa.
We can promote it together.
That'd be brilliant. Thank you.
Just your reaction to the sit-down face-to-face Jake Paul the other day?
I didn't watch it.
Okay, well, no. Jake Paul said, and I'm not sure it's a direct quote, but along the lines of, my skills are better than Anthony Joshua's. What's your reaction to that?
Sorry, Jake Paul said that.
Jake Paul said, my skills are better than Anthony Joshua's. And he said he's got to
respect the delusion. In all fairness to him. And then what's he going to say? He's not going to sit there and go, to be honest, I'm absolutely fucked. I don't stand a chance and I don't know why I'm doing it. Fair play to him.
He says he's only got where he's got to so far because of his size.
Who, Jake Paul?
Jake Paul said that about Anthony.
It must just be that. Look, it's easy, but again, he's going to say things to try and incite some kind of feeling from Anthony. Probably not a good idea, to be honest. AJ's a two-time unified heavyweight champion of the world. He's never shied away from any fight. He's always gone in there. Jake is great at what he does. Jake is tremendous at what he does, and that's why this fight's happening, because Jake's a madman. Sorry.
And AJ's got, of course, coming down to 245 pounds for this fight. He said he thinks it's a blessing in disguise. You see him on in the workout yesterday, looking a lot skinnier. Do you think it will be to his benefit come Friday night, or does it not really matter?
I think he could be 220 pounds. It wouldn't matter. I think he could be 180. It'd be whatever weight he wanted to be, and it wouldn't matter.
And Johnny Fisher said that his dad could beat Jake Paul. Do you agree?
I'm there. I believe that Big John could beat Jake Paul on the right night, not after one of his takeaways. Though.
Thank you, Frank. Thanks,
Frank, following on from that, one of the big stories of today has been that you can get odds as short as 6-1 for Jake Paul to win. Not sure if you're a gambling man yourself, but just get you to respond to that, please.
I think it's wild. You know, look, we have. This is a professional fight, so when I say we have professional fights that are much wider odds than that, it's insane. He should be 60 million to 1. I've got a better chance of beating Jake Paul than Jake Paul has a chance of beating Anthony Joshua, and I can't box to save my life.
Eddie's been quite consistent with saying he thinks AJ's going to start strong and finish the fight quickly. Do you go along with that? Are you going for a round 1 knockout?
I think within 2. I think Jake could come out and run, like it's a big ring. Jake could have a little run around, do a few roly-polies, get through 3 minutes, and then second round. But look, all it's going to take is AJ catching him with one shot, because as soon as he does that, the reality hits him. And I think you look at it like the people he's been sparring. You've seen Jake Paul's nose and his eye, and that sparring, but still, he's been in with some big lumps. He's obviously had a few shots caught with. Fair play to him. He's taking it seriously, but yeah, it's going to be interesting.
One from me, Lawrence Coley said that Jake Paul made he avoided Jake Paul's punches a few times during sparring. Do you believe that? Jake Paul made himself hard to hit against Coley in sparring?
Was Lawrence hugging him? I'm joking. I think it's part of the game, isn't it? Like, Lawrence has obviously been paid by Jake to go there. You know, he's going to beef up things. That's part and parcel of the game, isn't it? The reality is, once AJ catches him with a shot, it's going to be night-night.
Frank Smith, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas, Frank.
Merry Christmas.
Enjoy it.